I am starting this look off with a freshly shaven, cleansed, and moisturized face. I'm starting by putting a thick primer on my more textured areas. Next, I'm color correcting my facial hair, and in order to get the cool tones out from my facial hair, I'm using a peach color to warm up those parts of my skin. Next, I am going with a lighter peach color on the areas where I have thicker facial hair, just to put a heavy cream in order to smooth out that texture. I'm then going in for the first time using Estee Lauder's Double Wear Foundation. I have never used this before, and I ended up really liking the coverage and texture of it. I'm making sure to get every little edge around the ears, in the ears, around the jawline, down the neck, on the chest, and around my hairlines. I have been applying this concealer and foundation using a Real Technique blending sponge. You could use a beauty blender as well. I'm going in with a concealer that is lighter than my skin tone to highlight underneath my eyes, my cheekbones, the top of my forehead, down my lips, and any high points of my face I want to lighten up. I'm going to set that by packing on a setting powder. You want to make sure you pack on the powder before you sweep it around your face, but once it is packed on, sweep away for an airbrushed look. I'm prepping my brows to go in with some Anastasia brow gel. I am starting at the tails of my brows, and I want to go in for a longer, more dramatic look, so I'm just going to slowly work my way out to make it longer and longer. And remember, you can always clean up the edges later with concealer, so don't be afraid to make that brow touch your hairline. I mean, if that's the look you're going for, which sometimes I try to do that. Next, I'm going in with this same kind of style just on the other brow, obviously, because you want to make them match. I mean, unless you're doing a look. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but this look I'm going to match. Using an angled liner brush, I am then going in with concealer just to clean up those edges, make those brows fierce and sharp. It really just highlights those edges and makes those brows pop, gives that sharp line. I don't know, it's just like a nice little finishing touch that really does make a difference if you are wanting some dramatic and fierce brows. And remember, brows are tricky, so just keep playing with it, have fun. You can experiment with dramatic, thick looks, or you can experiment by covering them up with glue and drawing a totally new brow. That is the finished look of my brows. Next, I am going in with a contour. I am just using a bronzing powder just because I want a warmer contour look rather than a cool contour look. I'm just going in on the edges of my nose. I'm using a flat contouring brush, and I'm just using the edges there to kind of give a finer line on my nose. Make sure you get right under the nose, and then I am softening up the jawline by going on the jawline and right under it. Make sure you bring that all the way back behind your ear so it doesn't just look like dirt behind your jaw. I am then going to blend that all together using a warmer bronzer with a little bit of a gold shimmer to it. That's just going to smooth out that contour and make this whole look just a sun-kissed bronzy look. I'm then using a buffing brush and going in with a natural pink blush just to warm up that face, bring back the blood to my skin. Then I am highlighting for the gods on my cheekbone. I'm actually using a eyeshadow by Stila. Just highlight that cupid's bow, that nose, that cheek, under the brows. Yes. I'm prepping my lips by going in with an edible lip scrub. Next, I am using a lip liner, just going right on the edges of my lip, a little bit outside of the edges just to make them a little bigger. Next, I am prepping my eyes with a concealer. That way the powder really stays. I am using the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia. This is one of my favorite palettes. This is what I will be using for the shadow on my look. I'm first starting off the base with Tempura. This is going to give me a nice base to blend on. I am then going to blend on that crease with Burnt Orange for a transition color. Just make sure you blend a little bit above the crease if you want it to look a little bit wider and more dramatic. I'm then making it even deeper with Raw Sienna, just to make that crease even deeper and make it easier to transition into the crease color, which is Realgar. That is like a rusty color. This is gonna really make it a warm bronzy look, and I'm doing an even darker brown to define that crease with Cypress Umber. I am then cleaning and prepping the lid with a concealer and going on top with a bronzy shimmer powder. Then I am adding that same deeper orange on the outer edges of my lid to bronze up the look and deepen it with a dark brown under the lash line and on the outer edges. For liner today, I am actually using the same product I used on my brows. Next, I am going in with my Definicils Lancome Mascara, then applying my Ardell false lashes on top of that. I will then seal and finish that off with another coat of mascara. Ooh, doing that double check, making sure that lash is where I want it. Oh, look at that bronzy eye, looking like a bronzy goddess. Okay, wow. Well, anyway, that is the finished face look for you. I then threw on my wig. And this is a synthetic wig, as you could probably tell, but to make it look even more natural, I am going in with a concealer and adding that right to the hairline and that hair part that I have made. This way you can look like a natural woman. I mean, you get the point. Just put concealer in the wig and leave the singing to Aretha. Alright, and there we have it, the finished bronzy natural drag summer look. Hope you guys learned something. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!